At the end of their lives, they will see the Buddha in their dreams, and they will also obtain rebirth. Their merits, virtues and wisdom will be inferior to the intermediate rank. If any living being dwells on the great vehicle and has a pure mind toward Buddha Amitabha, even with 10 sounds of recitation, and wishes to be born into his land, that person, upon hearing the deep and profound Dharma, will instantly have unwavering belief and perception. He will obtain one mind of pure heart and give rise to a single thought of the mindfulness of that Buddha. At the end of his life he will see Buddha Amitabha as if in his dream, and he will surely be born into that country and attain the irreversibly supreme Bodhi. Chapter 25. The Proper Causes for Rebirth. Moreover, Ananda, if a good man or good woman hears this sutra and upholds, reads and recites, writes, and makes offerings to it day and night ceaselessly for the aspiration of being born into that Buddha land, if that person brings forth the Bodhi heart, observes all the precepts and firmly stands by them without any transgression, and brings benefit to living beings and contributes to them all the good roots he has planted, and helps them obtain peace and joy, if this person is mindful of Buddha Amitabha and his land, at the end of this person's life he will have the same adornments of the Buddha's appearance, and he will be born into the precious country and quickly learn the Dharma and forever dwell in non-regression. Again, Ananda, if a living being wishes to be born into that Buddha land, though he may not vigorously practice samadhi and thoroughly uphold the precepts, he should perform all the good deeds, such as no killing, no stealing, no sexual misconduct, no false speech, no profane expressions, no harsh words, no backbiting, no greed, no anger, and no ignorance, and to be thus mindful of numerous merits, virtues, and adornment of Buddha Amitabha's land of ultimate bliss day and night, and be determined to seek refuge in him and revere and make offerings to him. This person, at the end of his life, will not be frightened or terrified, his mind will not be inverted, and he will obtain rebirth into that Buddha land. If one is occupied by numerous things and unable to lead a left-home life, and does not have enough time to vigorously cultivate the vegetarian precepts and have a clean and pure mind, whenever he has time, he should set his body and mind upright, cut off sexual desire, and discard worldly affliction, and have a compassionate heart and cultivate diligently. One should not get angry or jealous, be gluttonous or miserly. Neither should one believe first and then be sceptical or suspicious later. One should be filial, completely honest, and have unwavering belief. One should believe the profound meaning in the Buddha's sutras, and that doing good deeds would bring one great benefit. These dharmas should be upheld without any disobedience. Those who think and contemplate thoroughly and want to be liberated should be mindful of, day and night, the aspiration of being born into Buddha Amitabha's pure Buddha land. If they can recite his name for 10 days and 10 nights, or even just 1 day and 1 night continuously, at the end of their lives they will all be born into that country. Those who are born there by cultivating the Bodhisattva's way will all obtain the fruition of non-regression, and have a body of gold with the 32 marks, and they will all attain Buddhahood. In which Buddha land they will be the Buddha is according to their wish. It depends on how soon they start their vigorous cultivation and seek the way without cessation. They will surely obtain the fruition and will not fail in achieving their wishes. Ananda, because of such benefits, there are thus come ones of numberless, countless, inconceivable, and incomparably limitless worlds, all praising Buddha Amitabha's wholesome merits and virtues. Chapter 26. Respectfully make offerings to the Buddha and listen to his teaching. Again, Ananda, in order to pay respect to Buddha Amitabha of the land of ultimate bliss, numerous assemblies of bodhisattvas in the worlds of 10 directions brought fragrances, flowers, banners, and canopies, and visited the Buddha and respectfully made offerings to him. They listened to the Buddha's teaching, propagated his virtue and benevolence, and praised the Buddha's merits, virtues, and adornment. At that time the world-honoured one proclaimed the following verses. Those Buddha lands in the east were numberless as Ganges sand, and multitudes of bodhisattvas were also numberless as Ganges sands. They all paid Buddha Amitabha a visit. In the south, west, north, and the 4 directions above and below, the bodhisattvas all did the same. With a mind of veneration, they all presented innumerably precious and wonderful offerings. With harmonious sound from the depths of their hearts, they sang praises for Buddha Amitabha, the most honoured one. He had thoroughly mastered various penetrations and wisdom, and examined the profound Dharma doors. Upon hearing the Buddha's sagely and virtuous name, one would feel peaceful and secure and obtain great benefits. Among all kinds of offerings, one would vigorously practice the perfection of giving without being lax or indolent. Observing that remarkable and supreme Buddha country, its subtlety and wonderfulness were beyond one's comprehension. His merits and virtues adorned everywhere, and could not be matched by any other Buddha lands. Thus bodhisattvas brought forth their unsurpassed resolve, and wished to quickly attain Sambodhi. Instantly Amitabha, the honoured one, smiled and manifested his face in the colour of gold. The light emitting from his mouth shone everywhere in the worlds of 10 directions. The rotating light circled around the Buddha. After 3 turns, it entered the Buddha's crown. When the bodhisattvas saw this light, they instantly certified to the state of non-regression. All the beings attending that ceremony were joyful and greeted each other. The Buddha's words were pure and sounded like thunder. His smooth and wonderful voice contained 8 kinds of tone. Bodhisattvas from 10 directions knew all their wishes. Their aspirations were to come to the adorned and pure land, and to receive the prediction of the attainment of Buddhahood. When they were enlightened to all the dharmas, everything to them would be like waking up from a dream. All the wonderful wishes would be satisfactorily fulfilled, and such a land would surely be formed. Realizing that even though such a land was like a shadow, they still brought forth a vast and determined mind. Ultimately they would accomplish the bodhisattva's way, and complete with the root of merit and virtue. Cultivating the unsurpassed Bodhi way, they would receive the prediction of attaining Buddhahood. They thoroughly understood the nature of all dharmas, that everything was non-existing and non-ego. Single-mindedly they sought rebirth into the pure Buddha land, and definitely they would form such a Buddha country. Upon hearing the Dharma, they were diligent in upholding and practicing it, and would come to the Pure Land. Surely from Amitabha, the limitlessly honoured one, they would receive the prediction of attaining enlightenment. The boundlessly supreme Buddha country was formed according to the power of Amitabha's vows. Upon hearing his name and wishing to be born there, one would obtain non-regression. Those bodhisattvas brought forth the ultimate vow, wishing that their country would be the same as the land of ultimate bliss. They aspired to universally cross over all beings and help everyone bring forth his Bodhi mind. May everyone discard his body, which is subject to reincarnation, and all reach the other shore. They would attend on myriad Buddhas and travel to every Buddha land. They would visit other worlds respectfully and return joyously to the land of ultimate bliss. Chapter 27. Sing praises for the Buddha's virtues. The Buddha told Ananda, owing to the Buddha's awesome prestige, the bodhisattvas in that country, in a meal's time, can go to boundless Buddha countries of the 10 directions and make offerings to other Buddhas. Flowers, fragrances, canopies, banners, and articles used for making offerings will appear in their hands as soon as they are thought of. They are precious, wondrous, and special, and cannot be found in this world. They present these as offerings to the Buddhas and bodhisattvas. The flowers they spread will all combine into one in the air. All the flowers are facing downwards and forming a neat shape like a flower canopy. There are hundreds and thousands of colours, and each sends forth a unique fragrance which permeates everywhere. The smaller canopies can reach up to 10 yojanas. By multiplication, the largest ones can cover the entire 3,000 great thousand world systems. When the first spreading of flowers disappears, the next one immediately replaces it. If the new flowers do not appear and spread, the previous ones will not fall. Heavenly music is concerted in the air, and it praises the Buddha's virtues with wondrous sounds. In an instant they return to their home country, and all gather at the 7-gem lecture hall. Buddha Amitabha then extensively proclaims the great teaching and joyously delivers the speech about the wonderful Dharma. All are happy, everyone's mind is enlightened, and the way is realized. Instantly at that moment, the fragrant wind blows gently at the 7 jeweled trees, and they produce wondrous sounds. Countless wonderful flowers drift along with the wind. Such natural offerings go on ceaselessly.